All right. Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. And thank you so much for being here. And welcome to another episode of the Deportation Defense Live. And I'm happy to be here with everybody today. We're recording today. It's the 12th of December of 2023. And today I want to ask the question, can I avoid the citizenship tests when I apply for U.S. citizenship? All right, so we're going to talk about citizenship today. And so welcome, and thank you so much for being here. And remember, the Deportation Defense Live is here to train, teach, inspire, and empower immigrants who are facing deportation to make the most out of immigration laws, to make the most out of their lives, and to win their cases. All right? Are you facing removal in immigration court, or do you know someone who's facing removal in immigration court? Because if so, you know that it is not easy. It is an uphill battle. The laws are against us. And here at the Deportation Defense Live, we're here to maximize your chances of winning that case. All right? So today our topic is, can you avoid the citizenship tests? And thank you for everyone for being here, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. Thank you. Thank you all so much for being here. My name's Otis Landerholm. I'm the founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration, A.P.C, where we fight for your American dream. Thank you so much for being here. All right? Before I start talking about citizenship, I want to give a brief empowerment tip. So what I'm about to say, hey, it might rub you the wrong way. All right? If so, explore that. Be curious about that. But I believe, here's what I want to say. If you really want to be empowered, the empowerment tip, if you really want to be empowered, get educated about whatever it is you want to be empowered in. All right? Get educated. If you really want to get out of poverty, if you really want to make a higher income, if you really want to be more successful than you've ever been before, get educated about that thing. Turn entertainment off. Turn education on. All right? Turn that sports game off and instead dedicate those 2 hours to learning something, investing in the improvement of your own mind. Even people that are brilliant are ignorant, right? Ignorance is something that we're always, I'm ignorant in a lot of ways, right? Decisions that people make, right? There's good decisions and there's bad decisions. Well, those bad decisions, we want to learn from them, all right? And learn from them is the key word, right? It's like how can we learn from the decisions of others? Well, we can read books and we can watch videos. Education is it's often free, right? Podcasts, videos, libraries, resources exist. Just tune into them, all right? Your mind, your brain is your number one most valuable asset. And feed your mind and your brain with knowledge so it'll grow. All right? That's my empowerment tip for today. I hope that's useful. I hope that's helpful. Thank you so much for tuning in and for being with me here today. So I have another quick rant for today, a brief, just something that I want to share. This is about legal advice. Okay? This is about legal advice. My advice for you today is do not trust the legal advice of your cousin, of your brother, of your friend, of your parent, right? If they're not a lawyer, they should not be giving legal advice. Oh, your friend, oh yeah, you should qualify, you should apply for asylum, you should apply for citizenship. You should apply for, just apply for advanced parole to travel outside the U.S. so that you can visit your, family members. If they're not a lawyer, they should not be giving you that legal advice. It's actually, quote unquote, the unauthorized practice of law. Don't rely on that. Okay? It's what I'm talking about today is citizenship. And this is Deportation Defense Live. To be eligible for citizenship if you've been in removal proceedings is you have to have won your case. You have to have terminated the proceedings in court or just gotten your case approved by the judge, then got a green card, then wait 5 years, and then apply for naturalization and citizenship. There are some clients who win their case in immigration court and still should not apply for citizenship. Okay? So just because you hear, oh, I've had my green card for 5 years, it doesn't automatically and it doesn't always mean that you should apply for citizenship. Sometimes you should not. All right? There are cases where applying for citizenship, like, it's either doomed to be denied or there is some risk involved of applying for citizenship. And so really you want to get good legal advice before you do it. Okay? So that being said, thank you for listening to me. Thank you all so much for being here. So that being said, all right, there are serious benefits of becoming a U.S. citizen. All right? One of those benefits is that you can't be deported. All right? You cannot be deported if you're a U.S. citizen. Now, I should say you cannot be legally deported. If ICE deports a U.S. citizen, which there are instances where they do that, well, then you can sue them. All right? That's an unlawful, that's an illegal deportation. Yes, on occasion it happens. If you know anybody in that situation, have them give me a call, have them reach out. All right? They could sue the government. But if you never want to be legally deported, then become a U.S. citizen. Oh, but lawyer, do I have to take the tests? All right, so yes. All right, let's talk about it. Yes, there are typically 2 tests that you have to take during your citizenship interview. There's a lot of other requirements. Physical presence, good moral character, time with your green card, no exits out of the U.S. for more than 6 months, paying your taxes, no debt of alimony or child support, etc. Talk all of those things through with your lawyer to make sure you're eligible. If you're otherwise eligible for citizenship, then yes, there are 2 tests. I'll say typically, it's true. There are some exceptions, which we'll discuss. There are typically 2 tests during your citizenship interview. All right, what are they? Who knows what they are? Type them in. Tell me. What are the 2 tests that are typically required during your citizenship interview? Test number 1, you must take and pass English, basic English. Okay? And test number 2, you must take and pass a test of U.S. history and civics. Okay? So what do those look like? The English test, if you're hearing me right now speaking in English, and if you're understanding what I'm saying, chances are you will not have a problem with the test of basic English. Often they will say a sentence like, who lives at the White House? And then you will need to write out and literally spell it, etc. The president lives at the White House. All right? And if you do that and you do it correctly, congratulations, you will pass the English test. It is typically about that, it's something along those lines, right? It is not meant to be super challenging. The more difficult piece of the English test is really just answering all the questions that the officer will have regarding your form, all right? Regarding your date of birth and marriage history and how you got your green card and all of the other stuff that comes up, all your trips, you'll need to answer those questions in English too. All right? And so it's wise to prepare, for the English test, but also to prepare to explain your citizenship forms in English. Now, the second test is about U.S. history and civics. So what does that look like? Well, there are 100 questions, all right? There's 100 questions to study from. And for the list, you can go onto uscis.gov, and you can contact our office too. We can make that available for you. And, imagine, okay, name 3 states that border Canada might be one of your questions. List your U.S. senator might be one of your questions. How many senators are there? Right, might be one of the questions. Who is the vice president of the United States? Might be one of the questions. The way it works is there's 100 questions to study, and normally during the test, during your interview, the officer will ask you 10 of them, and you just have to get 6 right. All right, if you get 6 correct, then you pass. All right, you don't have to get 100%. Just know 6 of the 10 that you are asked, and you should be fine in your citizenship test. All right, so that's that. Hope that's useful. I hope that's helpful. Now, there are some exceptions to the test. So the topic for today is, can I avoid the citizenship test? And the answer is sometimes, all right? Most of the time, no. But in certain instances, you can avoid the tests. For example, all right, if you are 55 years old and you've had your green card for 15 years, or if you're 50 years old and you've had your green card for 20 years, you can avoid the English language requirement. And you can do the civics test, and you can have an interpreter, and you can do the whole interview in your own language. Should I say that again? All right. If you're 55 and you've had your green card for 15 years, or if you're 50 years old and you've had your green card for 20 years, either of those situations, you can avoid doing it in English. Okay, so that's one exemption. The other exemption comes when you have a medical condition, all right? So if you have a physical disability, a mental disability, a medical impairment that prevents you from being able to answer those questions or to learn the answers to those questions, then there's a form to fill out. It's the N648 form. You want to fill that out with a medical professional who can attest, with a quote-unquote civil surgeon who can attest and demonstrate that, yes, you have a medical condition, a mental or physical disability or impairment that prevents you from being able to take the test. And you can request an exemption through that of the English language requirement as well. So yes, it is possible to be sworn in as a citizen if you are in that circumstance. Okay, if you have like a medical impairment or disability that prevents you from being able to do the test. But otherwise, you got to do it. All right? Otherwise, you got to do it. And so, anyway, that's basically it. That's basically all I wanted to cover today. And so if you're thinking of applying for citizenship, hey, the best way to start that process is give us a call. Let's schedule a consultation. Let's look into your case. Let's give you good advice about it. And then we can help you navigate the citizenship process. Citizenship processes right now are much shorter than they used to be. Right now, they're taking about 8 months. And we've been seeing cases get approved in much less than that. The government says 80% of cases right now are taking 8 months, at least in the San Francisco Bay Area. But some of our cases are moving much quicker. And so we'd love to help you with that if you have that question and if you're eligible for it. Okay? So that's really all I got. We did get a question earlier, so let me answer that. And if anyone else has any questions, please submit it. All right? So the question that I have here comes from Carmen. Carmen, thank you for asking your question. You say, can I reopen my deportation case? I was deported in my absence, all right, in 2021, and would I need a lawyer for that reopening? And I've got proof that my daughter has been found with cancer. Thank you for your help. So Carmen, thank you for asking that question, and thank you for being here. So motions to reopen are complicated. First of all, I'm very sorry that your daughter has been found with cancer. All right, I'm very sorry for that. And motions to reopen are complicated, and when it's a in absentia order for failing to appear, normally you have a time window of 180 days to reopen the case. So we're past that window of time. So we would have to reopen under something else, which can be possible. But yes, you absolutely will need a lawyer to guide you and to help you through that process, including whether or not to advise you as to whether or not it's recommendable. Okay, motions to reopen come with some risk. And so you know, there's something to the risks being, first, that you only get one motion to reopen in your life, and you you know, will be telling ICE and immigration that yes, I have a deportation order, but it hasn't been executed, and so you're letting them know who you are, where you are, that you're here, that you have a deportation order against you. And so if the motion to reopen is denied, then your order of deportation stands and it's executable, right? So ICE could theoretically come and find somebody when a motion to reopen gets denied. They do that sometimes depending on where in the country you are and depending on other factors, priority guidelines and stuff. So anyway, yes, please, Carmen, reach out to a lawyer. My office would love to help you with it. We love complex motions to reopen. We'd love to help you look at your case. And to do that, just give us a call and we can start with our consultations process and really look at it. So I don't think that we've received any other questions, which is fine. So, oh, I see one I see one here on Instagram. CH Armain, hello. You said, I had a felony and I lost my green card. How can I proceed? Well, thank you. Thank you for asking that question. You know, you had a felony, but you lost your green card. How can I proceed? So the question there is, did you lose the card because of an immigration judge like ordering that you no longer are a lawful permanent resident and taking away your green card? Or do you mean that you had a felony case and then separately you just misplaced or lost the actual card? Either way, I'd love to talk with you, and we would start by doing a consultation, and we can really look at what the best way to either fix your situation, get your green card back, or file a motion to reopen the proceeding if need be. So CH Armain, thank you for asking your question, and let's have a consultation and let's discuss it. All right, there should be a way to, well, I mean, step one is let's look at what the felony was, let's look at what caused the loss of the green card, and then let's see if there's a way to reopen the case and get you that card back. Okay? So, awesome. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for being here. I hope this was useful. I hope it was helpful. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. If you still have another question or if you have any comments for us, please send that in. I'll still answer that. I'll do that through videos that I'll upload to our channel in YouTube. So the best advice is, please subscribe to our channel in YouTube. And when you do, click the notifications bell and you'll get an additional notification when we upload additional videos, updates, news, things like that. Okay? Cool. Di, hello, I see you there. Hi, Mr. Landerholm, great to see you. Thank you for the info. Don't work too hard today. Di, great to see you. All right, thank you for tuning in. Everybody, thank you all so much. All right, that's all I've got for today. And so thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on our next episode of Deportation Defense Live. And hey, if you have an immigration case, please give us a call. We are here to help. We would love to help. All right, that's it. Thanks, everybody. Again, I'm Otis Landerholm, founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration, A.P.C, where we fight for your American dream. Have a great day. Thanks a lot.